Hello, Pisces. This is your oracle reading for October 2025. My name's Kathleen. I'm one of the spirit operators. The deck of cards I'm using this month are the Queen of the Moon Oracle. If you're new here, I do things a little different. I get psychic impressions from the images, and I also interact with spirit. Okay, so let's see what the first card holds for you, and we have the unexpected. So what I am getting, the impression I'm getting, is that these two individuals are looking at this ball of light and what's shining through, and they're not seeing this blue orb or orbs coming in the top corner down towards them. That's the unexpected thing, because it's going to crash into that and shatter it, because that feels like glass. Okay, so let's see what that means. You might already know what that means. um, I'm hearing that you're focusing in the wrong direction. You're focusing on the wrong things. That there's a feeling of oh, for most of you, probably urgency. It may be anxiety in and around an issue, maybe a specific issue, and it feels like you think you need to fix it. That um, you it's like you're heading in the same direction you've always been heading. How's that working out for you? Because I'm getting the feeling that's not working out for you, but that it's like you're still heading that way. Almost like you're trying to force your way through that glass barrier to get to the other side. It's like you're hell bent and determined. I'm going to do it. I'm going to succeed this way. This is the only way to succeed. And it's not. It doesn't feel like it's been working for you. It doesn't feel like it's going to work for you. And it feels like if you keep heading and trying to force your way through that way, this unexpected thing is going to come in and just blow it all up and shatter it. And it's going to be completely, and I'll say it again, completely gone. So I'm hoping you know what this is. Please stop. Stop trying to force whatever it is that you want to happen, whatever it is you think you need to make happen in the way that you've been doing it. Just stop and really review. What is it you've been doing? You need to take good, hard, honest look. What is it that you've been doing? Has it been working? Have things been getting worse? Have things been staying the same and nothing's improving? Then it's not working. And I'm talking about this one specific thing. Like, it may not affect your entire life. It may, but it may not. Whatever this is for you, it's like you're trying to force it, push it. You're determined to do it that way, but it's not working. It's not going to work. So really stop and take a look. Okay, well, what is it that you keep thinking you have to accomplish here? What is it that you think has to happen? Because maybe it really doesn't have to happen. Maybe you don't need it, or maybe it can be dealt with in a completely different fashion, a different way. And because you're focusing ahead at that view, that goal, whatever that is for you, you're not seeing the big picture. You're not seeing, hang on, no, I actually don't have to have this, or it doesn't need to turn out the way I think it does. And so start looking around you, slow down, and it, like there's a thing humans do where if they invest themselves or they invest money in something and it's not working out, instead of saying, okay, I'll accept my losses, this isn't working, I'm going to stop doing this and I'm going to go elsewhere and just hopefully I'll be able to do something else and that will succeed. Oh no, what many humans have a tendency to do is, oh, maybe I need to invest more. And so they invest in themselves even more heavily, more financially. And they just keep investing in this one thing because they've already invested in it and they can't let go of it. And there's a need here to just let go of it. Accept your losses. It might not be pleasant, it might be rough, but if you keep going where you're going, you're gonna lose everything. So accept your losses. Okay? You it's like when two armies are at war and there's different battles, it not every battle is won, right? To win the war, sometimes you lose a battle, but overall you can win, right? And so that's kind of the attitude you need to take is accept your losses, move on. Okay? Please? Okay. So the next card we have here is release. So if you can do that, if you can release, let go of whatever this is you are so determined um, to do, to accomplish, to fix, whatever that is for you, let it go. Because there's a release not just of the goal, the thing you're focusing on, but of all the anxiety you're going through, of all the hardship you're going through, and you're going to feel better. You're going to feel lighter. You're not going to feel so weighed down, so depressed, um, because just let go. Okay, I just keep hearing, just let go, just let go. Okay, so the next card that we have is self-love. And for some of you, I'm getting this is something that you have not been practicing. You're so busy trying to make everybody else happy, fix everybody else's stuff. You're so busy. Feels like you're avoiding things that need to be looked at, that need to be taken care of for your own mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health. You kind of been pushing it aside. There's some things here you don't want to look at, you don't want to deal with, and as long as you're doing that, you're jeopardizing your health. So you need to make the time for yourself to take a look at those things, to heal, to acknowledge that you've look how far you've come. It might not have been easy. It might not have been pleasant. You may not feel like you're where you want to be, especially if you're enwrapped in this, thinking this is where you have to be. Um, it's I just feel like you're compromising your health, and that's something you really need to release a lot of stuff. You really need to look at things instead of avoiding things. You need to, but for some of you, you need to stop catering to everybody else, doing what they want, because it feels like when people toss the pebbles to bounce on the top of the water. That feels like your energy that's coming through. This is your bouncing from one thing to the next, one person to the next. You can do this. You can take care of that. You can do this. You can take care of that. You can do this. And in a way, it's a way to distract yourself from what it is that you know you need to be doing. Okay, Spirit said to move on to the next card, and we have trust. Sorry, the cards are very dark. So you feel like you're the duck or goose here on top, and there's somebody over here that could be your partner. It could be a friend, a work colleague. Um, but it's like you built the nest in a safe place. They sat by and watched. Whoever this is in your life, you'll know. It's a person who it sounds like they talk a good game. They say, "Oh yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that." I'll put my 2 cents in. I'll make sure I do 50% of the work, and they don't. And it's like you just keep doing everything and building up. But what I'm getting in the image, and hopefully you can see it, is what the nest is built on. For this reading, that's like a soap bubble. And who's got their beak pointing at it, ready to pop it? That person that has not been pulling their weight, that person that has been relying on you, that has, in some cases, maybe even using you, they're about to pop that bubble so that your world comes tumbling down. So that may, for some of you, be interwoven with this first card. It might not. So the vantage point you have right now, you would be able to see this coming. And perhaps you already are seeing something's on the horizon, but the bird's focusing on the moon, not on what's right there under their feet that they can clearly see this is about to happen. Focused elsewhere. So that's you focusing elsewhere, right? Not on self, focusing elsewhere. And if you don't take care of this, again, I'm sorry, but it just feels like your whole world's going to kind of come tumbling down, and they will be the cause of it, whoever this is for you. I hope that you are aware of who this is. And I'm sorry, but it just kind of, their energy kind of feels like they just don't care what happens to you. Hey, as long as it's a good ride, if they were up here in the nest with you and reaping all the benefits that you have worked so hard for, they're happy. But if for whatever reason, maybe things haven't been going so well for you, and they're not reaping as much benefit from you for whatever reason, they want to pop that bubble. They want to, kind of, in a way, destroy your world. But because it kind of feels like what the energy I'm getting from them is they feel like you've hurt them. It's your fault they're in the predicament then. They're not seeing that they themselves are lazy or they themselves haven't been putting in any effort. They just think, oh, you've stopped providing for me. You've stopped giving me whatever it is you've been giving. You've stopped doing all the work so I could just ride on your coattails. So they're angry with you. Okay. They may not be saying it, but that's what's going on inside. So be really careful of that energy. And if there's any way you can protect yourself from that person and any negative thing they could do to pop that soap bubble that you're precariously balancing on, put a stop to it, okay? I hope you know who this is. If not, look around and see if you can figure it out. And this may not apply to everybody, but somebody, maybe more than one of you, this is happening to. Okay, Spirit said that's it for your reading. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so very much for watching.